Okay, hey, I'm about, hey. Hey. Welcome to a nerd show. Nerds is officially, actually 2 years officially old today. Our first ever show with NAPM was officially exactly 2 years ago today. Emma, our founding member and directors right there. So Nerds is an all-student run organization. We write, produce, perform all of our own original contents. What you're about to see was written by students. We have no faculty help, so it's really cool that we're able to do all of this ourselves, and I'm really glad that you guys are here to support us. This show means a lot to us in terms of representation, and being able to put on this kind of show that people actually want to see is really important to us, and so I'm glad you all are spending your time when there's a basketball game here. So hopefully it's worth your while. So yeah, without further ado, who's here? Where's Michigan?
Arts at Michigan.
Arts at Michigan. Oh my God, yes. A big shout out to Arts at Michigan and the Alumni Center, who have given us amazing grants to be able to put on this show. We're very grateful to them. So, okay, did I forget anything else? Okay. All right, without further ado, here is Blue.
Clarabel won't stop talking about you after you ran into her in town last week. Keeps asking when you're coming to call.
Oh, no.
Oh, yes.
Please do not make me visit her with you, Aggie.
Margot, you have to save me from that woman. Last week she tried to convince me that she could read my future using birds. Birds. Birds.
And how does she plan on doing that?
I'm not entirely sure. I zoned out pretty early on.
You're a great niece, Aggie.
Well, thank you. I do my best. If it makes you feel any better, though, I very rarely zone out when I'm listening to you.
Oh, thank you. That's generous.
Now, shall we play a game of who's going to get drunk and cause a ruckus?
Naturally.
Now, who is that all over Charles Carlyle?
Is that Lydia? That must be Lydia.
Well, in that case, my bet is definitely on her. She hasn't had a good scandal in a while.
But look at Henry Smith over there. He's already tripping over himself and the night has hardly begun.
Well, now, is he drunk or is he just a bad dancer?
Fair point.
I pity the girl that has to... Wait, is that Ollie?
Ollie? As in Ollie Hastings?
Yeah, look. Oh, come on.
No, what are we doing?
Saying hello.
No, I can't just...
Please.
Oh, I'm so sorry.
Margot? Margot Caldwell?
Indeed. Ollie Hastings, how do you do?
Better now, but they call me Oliver these days.
Who is this elusive they, and why don't I know them? I'm hurt, Ollie. You could have at least introduced us.
You haven't changed a bit, Margot.
And you'll always be Smalley to me.
Well, in spite of your cheek, I suppose I'll ask. May I have the honor of dancing this next song with you?
Of course. Cheek aside, though, how are you? I thought you were supposed to spend another year at university in the city. What, did they kick you out?
So much for cheek being aside, but I actually took a few extra classes. I graduated a year early. I'm going to be starting work with my father in the county law office next month.
Really? That's wonderful.
And what about yourself? No dashing young fella has swept you off your feet yet, it seems?
Oh, no.
In the years I've been away, you've grown into quite the lovely young lady. Can't believe you're not yet married.
You and my parents both, it seems. But thank you. And you're not so bad yourself, even despite this ridiculous haircut.
Excuse me, miss. I'll have you know I'm very stylish in the city.
Mm-hmm.
That's it. I retract my previous statement. No wonder no one is asked to marry you if that's the way you treat every man you meet.
No, just you.
Gee, thanks.
And I see you are just as bad at dancing as when we were 8.
Only because you stopped teaching me.
Ollie, I was just as bad as you were. I don't know why you were relying on a fellow 8-year-old to teach you the intricacies of the waltz.
Oh, clearly you figured out the intricacies eventually.
Yeah, and clearly you didn't.
Oliver, your brother and Alexander Murphy are getting into a fight about the color of his horse again.
Not the stupid horse again. It appears I have to go prevent my brother from breaking poor Alexander's nose. Again. Thank you for the dance, Margot.
Anytime, Smalley.
Smalley.
Let's go.
So, you and Oliver, huh?
Me and Oliver what?
Oh, you seemed to be hitting it off while you were dancing.
Well, it was good to see him again. He's really nice.
Well, nice, or, nice, if you know what I mean.
He's nice?
You are hopeless.
I don't... What?
Margot, come on. That boy is prime real estate. I don't know what he's been doing in the city, but it looks good on him. Plus, he's what our parents would call marriageable material, and you know it. And you were flirting with him.
I was what? No. That's not flirting. I was just being friendly, joking around.
Well, maybe you thought you were just being friendly, but I can tell you right now, that's not what he thought.
I didn't mean to flirt with him.
Well, why not?
Why not?
Yeah, even before he left for the city, he was never hard on the eyes. You can't tell me you never thought about him romantically.
I can tell you that, actually.
What? Never?
No. Is that such a bad thing?
No. It's just that if I had been in your position, I would have fancied him at some point. I wasn't in your position, and I still did.
What, you fancied Ollie?
Briefly, when we were like 12.
Yeah, of course you did.
Yeah, well, sorry that some of us are trying to find a husband before our parents have to find one for us. Seriously, though, if you're not interested in Ollie, let's find someone else. So, who looks attractive?
You're asking me?
Yes.
Oh, well, I don't know. Aesthetically, they're all quite attractive.
Well, attractive, that's it. None of them are handsome or charming or alluring, just attractive?
Well, I guess some of them are more attractive than others.
Okay, let's try a different angle. What's your type? Are you thinking more of a rugged guy or a bookish one, or your classic tall, dark, and handsome maybe? I like him. That is a tall glass of water, my friend. Ooh. Or redhead over in the corner. I wouldn't mind getting my hands on that specimen. Or long hair, 9 o'clock. They say he's a charmer. So, who's your pick? I need to know who not to go for.
Do I have to pick someone?
Well, it's not like we're picking you a husband here and now, Mar. Just who can you picture being with? Writing each other romantic letters, strolling arm in arm along the river, sneaking kisses when your chaperone isn't looking. getting me into a fancy carriage and in the back seat. What? Listen, Margot, it's not that hard, I promise. Just watch. I don't come here often. They know that if they bother to ask. Been with guys like you before.
Well, baby, the past is the past.
Well, don't you have it made?
I want some of you.
I'll offer a trade.
I'll show you what it's like to know where you're sleeping tonight.
It's the taste of the lips on my tongue when they say
I'll give you a run for the money.
I've been working for days, and I don't know who they are. All I know is heaven's not far from the cool of their touch in the back of the bar.
I'll take you higher.
Send me a place.
I'll show you the way into the maze.
I'm a light wire in the heat of the game. Rattle my bones.
Call out my name.
I don't come here often.
Trust me, this place is a bore.
You can answer some questions.
Of that much, baby, I'm sure. All these thoughts in my head, draw them out, lay me down a bed. Show me all you have made. Take my identity, make this will fade. All right, listen, Margot. Literally half the town is here tonight. I know you usually run away from boys, but there's got to be one you can duet with.
And if there's not,
Then you are hopeless. But don't worry, there will be. So come on. So just try, okay? Oh, come on, sing.
I can't. I don't know the words.
What do you mean you don't know the words? You were just humming the tune.
Yeah, because you were just singing it. I was just copying you, but the words, well, I've got nothing.
Just keep trying, okay? We'll find you someone you can duet with.
I just don't understand. Are you sure the lyrics just come naturally?
Well, you can't learn them from anyone else because everyone's are different. They just come to you. You know that.
I just don't get how you can look at someone and poof, the words are in your head. I can't do that.
Oh, sure you can. Listen, Margot, I'm just trying to help you. I just don't want you dying a spinster with 60 cats.
I'm allergic to cats.
All the more reason not to become a spinster.
Why are you so obsessed with this, Aggie?
Because boys are a gift, Margot, and singing a duet with someone you love is the greatest thing in the world. And I want you to experience that for yourself.
Okay, well, technically, I could duet with anyone. We've platonically duetted so many times before.
Margot, it's not the same. Romantic duets are so much better than the platonic ones. I mean, no offense. You're great, but it's not the same. And I want you to see that for yourself. Okay, so just try one more time, okay?
I'm sorry, I can't. Run off without a chaperone.
I'm sorry.
You know, if you keep running away from boys, you'll never find one to marry. Don't get discouraged, Margot. Sometimes finding the right relationship takes time. The old women in town were already wagging their fingers at me, telling me I was too old to be unmarried before I met your father. My own father was getting ready to marry me off. But true love prevailed, and now you're living happily ever after, right? Darling, you know it's not that simple. But there's nothing more fulfilling than finding that right person, that person who you can duet with flawlessly for the rest of your life. So keep looking. Plenty of young people have arranged marriages with people they don't love, and I don't want to do that to you, Margot.
What, so I should just be forever grateful that you're not forcing me to marry some guy for money?
I'm just saying you should take advantage of it.
And if I don't find someone, will you have me married off then?
You will. It's just a matter of when. You've always been a late bloomer, Margot. That's okay. But running away from the sun is not going to help you grow. Now, I'm going back into the dance. Take a moment, but you better be right on my heels, understand? Can't have people talking about my rogue runaway daughter. I'll be in a minute.
You act like I'm blind, can't make up my mind. You say that I'm just late to bloom. But what does that mean? And what's wrong with me? What if I never do? I've spent my whole life feeling so lost. I don't want to keep feeling the cost of feeling nothing else, not feeling like they do, like I can't bloom. I'm running like I finally feel time. And I'm stranded, I am stuck here inside of my mind. I don't know how to make myself bloom. If love has to grow, well, maybe inside me there's no room. Why
I walked into town earlier this morning, and absolutely no one was about. Preposterous! Especially on a day as beautiful as today.
Dear, you know how everyone has had a slow start today after staying late at last night's ball. Not everyone is as set in their early morning routines as you are.
The ball. It seems that those things are all anyone wants to talk about these days. Don't you people have something better to discuss?
That's something we can agree on.
Don't be so dour, Margot. Was it not nice to see Oliver Hastings again?
Hastings? The boy is back already?
Well, he's hardly a boy anymore, dear.
He finished his studies a year early.
I always knew he was a smart one.
And handsome, too.
Mother,
Perhaps you could try to duet with him, darling. That might go better for you.
The Hastings are a good family.
You should see him again sometime soon.
I'll be seeing him this afternoon. We're going into town.
You are?
Yes. As friends.
Just the two of you?
As friends. I don't want to discuss this right now.
You can't run forever, darling.
You know what? I'm actually not hungry this morning.
Oh, darling.
No, I'm just not hungry as all, Mother. I'll see you later.
So, you think the Hastings boy is the one for her?
I do. She just needs some time. Love is a strange thing.
It is.
I
am so lucky to have found my you.
and
I just wish that everyone was too.
Boo.
Georgie!
Hey, sis.
Oh, so that lady of yours, Miss Lily.
Maggie, I've been home for 1 minute.
I said hello. Now I'd like to know more about Lily.
What would you like to know, Miss Aggie?
Don't play dumb. You wrote home saying you've got news so big you like to tell us in person.
Whatever could you be talking about?
Have you finally gotten your wits about you and asked that girl to marry you?
What girl?
George Weatherford, I swear, are you engaged to Lily or are you not? You are. We have to tell mother and father.
Wait, you have to pretend like I haven't told you yet.
Cross my heart, you know how great of an actress I am.
Aggie, you are a horrible actress.
Why didn't you write me when I was away, huh?
What, an unmarried girl of marriageable age writing to an unmarried boy of marriageable age? Yeah, no one would have frowned upon that.
Please, I'm sure one of my sisters would have been happy to be the middle woman. Why didn't you? Really?
Well, I don't know. I wasn't sure if you wanted me to. I wasn't sure who you'd be when you came back.
What, you think I'd grow a third arm or something?
No, I thought maybe you'd come back with a pretty lady on your arm and not want anything to do with unmarried childhood friends.
You really thought I'd desert you?
Well, then you came back and I realized I was just overthinking the whole thing. Plus, it seems you're incapable of finding a pretty lady to marry anyway, so I've got nothing to worry about. You know, it's probably good you didn't get married off at university anyway. I always thought it was a bit of a silly thing to do.
How so?
University is supposed to be about learning, Ollie, not attracting women. Why waste your time getting into a serious relationship when you're supposed to be focusing on your studies?
Love doesn't ask for your permission, Margot.
What is that supposed to mean?
It means that you can't just light the flame when you want and douse it when you don't. Sometimes love just happens. You don't get to decide when or where.
Well, I don't see why we shouldn't be able to douse the flame when we wish. Shouldn't we be able to control or at the very least contain our emotions at will?
Spoken like someone who's never been in love.
And you have?
Yes.
And you're not married to her?
No.
Well, why not?
That is a very good question, Ms. Margot. A very good question indeed.
Okay, Romeo.
Romeo and Juliet. I didn't think that would be up your alley.
Aggie made me read it. And let me tell you, it was just as repugnantly romantic as I knew it would be.
Make way, engaged man coming through. Ladies, avert your eyes, he's no longer on the market.
Aggie, I don't think that's strictly necessary.
Well, see, you say that now, but Mary Price over there definitely looks more disappointed than she ought to.
If you say so, sis.
Oh, Margot, Ollie, have you heard the news?
Straight to the news, and I can say hello?
Well, you can say hello later. This is too important. Guess what the news is? No one's guessing.
Well, you've hardly given us the chance.
Okay, fine. I'll tell you. George and Lily, after the longest courtship in recorded history, are finally engaged.
Well, I figured as much given your exuberant announcement. Congratulations, George.
Congratulations.
Thank you. And good to see both of you, too, now that Aggie's giving me word edgewise.
Lovely as always, George.
Well, let's hope this one doesn't take as long as Georgie did to propose.
Margot, I haven't seen your family yet. How are they doing?
My family has been well. As a matter of fact, my mother would never forgive me if I saw you and didn't invite you to visit.
What did Darren pose?
No, you know how she's always loved you, shall we?
Wait. Right now, you're gonna bring him to visit your parents right
No,
now?
like they say, there's no time like the present.
What the hell was that?
I'm not entirely sure what just happened.
So Mary, how have
Are you gonna propose?
am I going to
Propose? Yes, to Margot.
I hadn't really thought about it.
Bullshit.
No, I'm serious.
Don't even try.
I have entertained the thought.
And?
Nothing came of it. I've only been home a few days. I didn't want to push it, you know?
Oh, please, I think you should do it.
Really? Because just now, when you mentioned a proposal, she did, well, whatever that was.
It's just because I put her on the spot. She doesn't like talking about that kind of stuff, but I've seen the way she acts around you. She's never acted like that around any boy. Ever. She's not lying. Listen, Ollie, she loves you. She's just not the kind to show it openly. Never has been. But I know she does.
Has she told you that she does?
Not exactly. But I've been watching her when she's with you, and she's so happy.
And she wants to spend time with you.
She's been out in town with you more this past week than she was with us all of last month. I'm her best friend. I know her better than anyone else in the world. Don't you trust me?
Maybe?
I think you should do it.
You're really sure?
Yes.
What do you guys think?
Absolutely.
You should do it.
Peter?
We both know you love her, Ollie.
Okay.
Okay?
Okay.
I'm sorry. I'm just really excited. This is going to be great.
I gotta go and figure that out.
Good luck, Ollie.
Bye, Smalley.
Oliver Hastings is here to see you, miss.
Oh, thank you, dear.
Good evening, Mrs. Caldwell.
Good evening, Oliver. To what do I owe the pleasure?
I actually wanted to. Margot's not here, is she?
I'm afraid not. She's visiting with the Weatherfords this evening.
Good. Good. Is Mr. Caldwell present?
Yes, he's in his office.
I'd like to speak with him. I'd like to ask him something. Should he be willing to see me?
Of course, Oliver, of course. I'll fetch him right now. Get in there right now, Oliver.
Oliver! It's good to see you, my boy.
Same to you, Mr. Caldwell.
Now, I understand you're here to ask me something.
Yes, before I do, I want you to know that I care very much for your daughter. Her happiness and well-being are matters of great importance to me. They always have been since we were children. And when I first left her to go to university, that was when I realized that my world was so much brighter when she was in it. My time at university was invaluable, of course, but I'm so much happier here, sir, where she is. So, with that being said, I'd like to ask for your permission to take your daughter's hand in marriage.
Well, Oliver, as you know, Margot is our only daughter. Her life is precious to both Mrs. Caldwell and I, and it is not something that we take lightly. It is of the utmost importance that she be in good hands once we are gone.
Yes, sir, I agree.
Now, I may not always understand Margot. Perhaps you do. I don't know. But I do want what's best for her. So, if you think that your proposing is what will be best for the both of you,
It is, sir. I do believe that.
then I give you permission to marry my daughter.
Thank you. Thank you, sir. Thank you.
Have a good evening, son.
You too, Mr. Caldwell.
So, is that what I think it was?
Well, it depends on what you thought it was. I said yes.
Oh, I really think this is the right thing for her.
I sure hope so.
So, did you hear about the new family that moved into town? The Johnsons?
No. Anything interesting about them?
Oh, mother, father, handful of children. Oh, but the oldest son. Ooh, he's something to behold. A little short for my taste, but I can make do.
Yeah, because your taste is men so tall you can't even reach them.
It's not my fault, I'm short.
Well, it's not that you're all that picky when it comes down to it anyway.
Whatever, he's cute, that's what matters. And, the oldest daughter, a bit older than us, her name's Catherine, I think. and she was wearing this really beautiful dress in my favorite shade of pink. Oh, you know the one. And her eyes are just so green that you can't even tell from far away, so her dress just made her eyes look even more beautiful.
Oh.
Gorgeous dress. I should introduce myself, ask her about it, maybe learn the trick to see how I can make my eyes look as beautiful as hers.
Or ask the brother to do the same with his cravat.
Oh, yeah, that too. Oh, speaking of boys, the girls won't stop gossiping about you and Ollie Hastings.
I don't see what they think there is to gossip about.
What, are you kidding? You two have been together nonstop and flirting all the while.
Maggie, I already told you that's not flirting.
Right, and my Aunt Clarabel isn't an absolute nutter. Listen, Margot, it's nothing to be ashamed of. He's prime marriage material.
Maggie, I already told you I don't have feelings for him like that. He's just a good friend.
Right, a good, handsome friend who's perfect for you in every way.
Aggie.
Okay, fine. Would you rather I let you take a look at this Johnson boy before I stake my claim?
He's all yours.
Even if we can get him in an eye-accentuating cravat?
Yes, even then.
All right, fine, but don't say I never did anything nice for you, Mar.
Oh, shut it. Plus, I'm sure you already have a plan to woo this boy whose first name you don't even know.
Naturally.
Well, tell me all about it.
What are you doing?
Oh, I'm just here for support. This is going to be great.
You're hiding in the bushes for support?
Oh, of course, I wouldn't miss this for the world, but you know how Margot is. She'd be embarrassed if she knew other people were here, so bushes it is.
And you're sure
Well,
she'll...
of course I am. Oh, wait, I think I hear her. Good luck, Ollie.
Aggie!
Ollie?
Margot! You made it!
Well, my mother said you come to call yesterday evening, but wouldn't tell me anything other than to meet you as soon as possible. Is everything okay?
Yes, everything's just fine.
Then why'd you call me here so urgently?
Oh, right, that. I actually, I wanted to ask you something.
Oh?
Yes, well, Margot, I think I'd like to wake up next to you, because I think you'd make a pretty damn good view. And someday soon someone will sweep you off your feet. Margot, I've been thinking that someone should be me. I think you might have some idea of what I'm gonna say. But don't worry, I've asked your dad and he says it's okay. Uh-oh, your beauty could start a war. I finally know what I've always been fighting for. Look, I'm already down on one knee. Margot, won't you say that you'll agree to marry me? Darling, I have known you since we were about this tall, always chasing after you, the cruelest of them all. But now we're all grown up and all our running's through. So Margot, I hope you won't mind if I say I love you. I know you're nervous, I am too, but it's just you and me. I'd like to make you happier than you thought you could be. Oh, your love could end a war. I can't imagine a single thing worth fighting for. I'd like to live life next to you. So there's just one thing that we still need to do. Oh, Margot Caldwell, will you marry me?
Well, I'll think about it. I can't do this right now.
We'll now be taking a 10-minute intermission. We'll see if there's anything to figure out technically.
I expect nothing less. I'll just copy that exact same. I was be one It's buxom. That's the T.
That is the most fun.
Let me see. What is it? This is like more photogenic than me.
It's a tag team, ladies and gentlemen. Let me get some water.
Pass. Why would you pass? From the front or from the back? Like back of his head or front of his head?
Flavortown. That's what matters.
Smash like the back of his head with like the sunglasses, but like pants. Like
Dungeons and Diners and Dragons and Diamonds.
Please leave. You're not invited anymore. Should be mad. That was just funny. No, my favorite was unfair. I was like, man, I should be really good at that. That was great. Something like that. Oh, yeah. Something gotta go. Like a lip plumper. I've been told I have. Yeah, it accentuates
You're gonna have to tell me more about this.
I tweet a lot. You like following it seriously. Like, it's been busy. You know, I've been busy. No, I feel that. I just have a lot of things to say. Oh, I feel. I understand.
a song every time that they were in the touchdown. What if they did that for every point? It's all about the syllable. We did that in high school though. The outfit was to play but it's a song. But honestly, the show is on point.
Yeah, exactly.
I'm gonna be upset if they actually end up getting married.
Just about to ask when will you find out?
What is it? What do they think it meant?
I think they think that.
I don't think so. Is that owl? I mean.
Grandma and the thought.
I love the onesie that Rain had that said like my mom is hotter than your mom.
Yeah, that was good. How about that dragonfly? Let's go. Oh, what is it?
We're not doing that. We're watching it backstage.
Maybe I'll stand the intermission.
We're watching it too. I'm sorry. But like we pulled back.
What's the scope? What's the schism? Huh?
49-54.
Epic days. Wait, they're winning? I just assumed the better team was winning.
Want to see this video of me being highly
Guess what? Oh no.
I was like, as long as
Sarah, this is so good. You did such a good job. God, we've seriously come such a long way since Belle, Elsa, and Ariel.
Yeah.
Don't bump that chair. Your live stream. Yeah, she's one around. Sarah's
It's basically like watching it live. If you're fresh fast enough. No, I'm playing Dragonfly. Who do you think I am?
So that game looks more for you.
Yeah.
Dude's just like done.
Are we winning?
Just like.
Just go to mess up once.
Oh, really? Yeah, no, you can go for a while on this one. It's almost too long. It's almost too easy.
That was so fun.
did download it though. I bought it, but I never actually installed it.
And I was like, this is Nathan's last nerd show, and it's the last show.
Did he win?
This could happen like during 3 o'clock. Oh my god. Is your camera good, Mackenzie? Okay. Right, Sarah. And I have to cut off the basketball. It's not really 2 minutes. We all know how sports work. Can't do that.
We're waiting.
What's the score?
Okay, we got it. It's got it.
Sorry, kids.
I love sports. And my bracket. No, I
It's not gonna happen. No. Sarah has to make her own.
Guys, it's 2 minutes.
That's not sports time. Like, it's not actually one.
Is it update in real time?
Yeah, it's updating in real time. Shower. You're gonna pull the chat.
We're just gonna wait. It's home till the end of the basketball. I expect so much applause at the end of this.
Just fucking bring down the house.
Okay, we have to do a standing ovation at the end.
Yes, standing ovation.
For the basketball game?
No.
Regardless.
Okay, if they win, yes.
Must be like a TV for you guys now.
Clearly, our priorities are in the right place.
I mean,
It's the sports.
it's sports. I should go watch it. See y'all later.
Oil. This last minute and a half is taking like 5 minutes at least.
I love that picture. Look at her little tooth.
Oh.
Are we throwing it up on the projector? Yeah, that sounds about right. He's not a mannequin head. His name is Eric. I wonder if he's still in there.
Did we win yet? Gonna go for that.
Vince, look at this picture of Ethan. I love that picture.
That's the base I think.
Can I just leave everyone inhale to the pictures if we win? Why not?
Just play the game, play the play.
basketball game.
Basketball.
It's the best game. We play every day.
Basketball game tomorrow.
You should tell your mom.
Still live streaming?
Yeah.
You should put like a basketball game in front of
How would she do that?
Sorry. Oh, is it the live stream? Oh my god, I'm right next to the live stream. I'm sorry. I've been back.
I'm just gonna like sit in front of it. I wanna like twerk in front of it.
That's such a tragic.
Go watch not another princess musical.
Like fillers are learning.
Oh yeah, they are.
Okay. Did we win yet?
We're not in winning.
Yes, we are in winning.
Walk it around. Do it. Yeah. I'm gonna clean my teeth and get some sleep. And then we take the shot. Scooby-Doo on Zombie Island.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Oh, we went up 1 point.
Someone tell me if I'm beautiful.
We are doing away. That.
Woo! Wow.
That's stylish.
Your eyebrows are too much. Good. Vince gives his friends whatever he wants. But it's annoying. And I hate it. Will your boyfriend please?
Steve's like, oh, nice going.
Sorry, sister.
I was staring at Margot's I was staring at Margot's chest, and she's got some good clear going. Why did you write songs? I know!
There's no way they can beat us.
That was meant in a very innocent way. I've never said
It's over. You play.
It's not over.
There's no way they're gonna win. There's no way they're gonna beat us. If they get 3 3-pointers in 30 seconds, they can tie it.
You're gonna chase it.
3 unanswered 3 pointers. 27 seconds?
Yeah, no.
It's not like that.
She leaves like 1 live. They need 3. That is a dog. Are you sure that's not just a little come off?
To like everyone watching the game. Clearly we have priorities. Oh my god, stop it. Look at our stats.
Could it be 69, everyone?
Don't get any more points. Don't get any more points.
The question is, Loyola has 2 great touchdowns.
It's been 13 seconds. I'm like 2 minutes. We did the thing!
Okay, for a reminder of what happened before intermission. We're sad. So, like, get in the mood.
supposed to.
What woman in her right mind would react like that to a proposal from Oliver Hastings?
Have you tried talking to him, Peter?
Yeah, this morning. Couldn't get anything out of him, though. Back at university, it was annoying how often he mentioned her. Now I wish he'd say anything at all.
Poor guy.
I just don't understand.
I do. Margot's messed up.
Margot just... Ollie!
What happened? With Margot, you said that she would say yes. What happened?
I don't know.
I'm willing to give you the benefit of the doubt, Aggie, but you need to be honest with me.
That is the truth. I don't know. I thought that's what she wanted, but maybe I was wrong.
You told me that you knew her better than anyone and that I should trust you.
I do know her better than anyone, but I may have been wrong on this one little thing.
I wouldn't call it little.
I mean, it is all kind of your fault, Abby.
Hey, it wasn't just Aggie that told me to propose to Margot. You guys did too.
She pressured us into it, just like she pressured you. I didn't make you do anything.
Well, I wasn't about to be the bad guy and experience your wrath, Aggie.
Well, you still showed up to the proposal anyway, didn't you, Peter? I just don't understand how you could be that off base about your supposed best friend. Oh, like you would do any better. Oh, I absolutely would. That is 100% bullshit, and we both know it.
That's enough.
Don't get her started on bullshit, Aggie. She's not Margot's best friend. I am.
That's enough! When you told me to propose to Margot, were you really, honestly positive that she would say yes? Aggie?
I wasn't 100% sure, but you're the one who proposed to Margot without even trying to duet with her in the first place.
Then why did you tell me that you were 100% sure?
Because I thought it would be good for her and for you.
So you just wanted us to be together? You just decided on your own that I was the guy for her?
You're welcome.
Christ, Aggie.
Let's go, Peter. You and I will talk about this later.
Bye.
Okay, technically she hasn't said no.
Yet. We should go. We don't want anyone thinking we had a part in this.
But you did! You
Bye, Aggie.
Margot, the answer is yes.
How am I supposed to say yes to a proposal from a man I can't duet with?
But you haven't even tried to duet with him.
I know I can't, Aggie. I can't with anyone.
But have you tried with him? He might be different.
I can't with anyone, Aggie.
Okay. Then why can't you just fake it? Fake it? Yeah, just make up the words to the duet until you can figure them out.
I can't do that.
Well, sure you can. Just think of the songs you've sung before.
No, you don't understand. I've only known the lyrics to platonic songs, but romantic ones, they're just not the same. I can't.
Everyone can, Margot.
Well, I can't.
I just don't understand. He's perfect for you, and you adore him. That's why I told him that.
What did you tell him, Aggie?
I thought you would say yes.
You told him to propose to me?
I thought you would say yes.
Aggie, every time you asked me about him, I told you I didn't have feelings for him.
Well, it seemed like you were just saying that you really did, and you were just embarrassed or something.
So you tell him to propose without even asking me or warning me first?
I thought it would be a surprise.
A surprise that embarrasses me in front of all of our gossipy friends that you brought to watch like you were at the theater.
What? You think I'm having the time of my life here? Now everyone's mad at me because they think this is all my fault.
It is.
No, it's yours, Margot. You're the one who can't figure out how to duet with a boy like a normal person.
Like a normal person? What is wrong with you?
What's wrong with me? What's wrong with you, Margot? You've got this perfect guy chasing after you, and you're not even trying to make it work.
I have tried, Aggie. I have done nothing but try.
When? When have you tried? You're choosing to ignore the best
I can't marry him. That's just how all this works.
Stop being so naive! People fake it all the time. Just because your parents have a perfect marriage and can still duet doesn't mean we all get to.
Aggie, like I said, I'm physically incapable.
Why do you even have to fake it? This should be the easiest duet on the planet, Margot. You've got this perfect guy drooling all over you. Why aren't you grabbing onto him as fast as you possibly can?
You're not listening to me.
You're not in your right mind. I mean, how could you be giving
You're
that?
not going to listen to me. I'm going to have to leave.
You're choosing to say no to the greatest thing
Goodbye,
that
Aggie.
could ever possibly happen to you. You don't know how lucky you are. You don't know what you got. I could be in your place right now. Like that a lot. Right in front of your eyes is everything I've ever wanted. And I can't decide if you're telling me lies. When you say you don't want it, how could you not want this for you? It's not easy for the rest of us. We don't have what you do. Someone built to last the years. Someone made just for you. Right in front of your eyes are riches as gold as champagne. And I don't know how you can turn that away. Are you insane? Insane. Maybe there is no right answer. Maybe I should take a chance or swallow my pride. How much damage could I do with this heart of mine? I can shift for living how I do. You're not the only one who's used to being ostracized. How much damage could I do with this heart of mine? You don't know how lucky you are. I don't have what you do. Just be sure to leave a space for me next to you. Mrs. Caldwell, how do you do?
Oh, how do you do, ladies?
I hear your daughter got into quite the pickle the other day with the proposal gone awry.
Oh, from what I understand, it wasn't the proposal itself that's been stirring up drama.
Oh, is that so?
Don't you know what happened?
Oh, well, you know my Margot, not one to tell the world about her life.
But you're not the world, you're her mother.
Well, you know how young women can be.
Well, most young women wouldn't turn down a proposal from one Oliver Hastings.
Oh, don't be so dramatic. Technically, she hasn't said no yet.
But no answer doesn't bode well.
Girl's going to be a spinster if she keeps going at this rate.
How do you know all this?
Our children were there.
Oh, well, then of course she panicked. My poor Margot doesn't like attention.
Oh, she didn't know they were there until after the fact. Her not giving an answer was of her own volition, it seems.
What I would give to have that young man propose to one of of my daughters.
The girl is foolish to pass on that
I
offer.
would never let one of mine get away with embarrassing my family like that.
Oh, perhaps she just needs a bit of coaching.
That Rutherford girl does enough fawning over boys for the both of them. Perhaps she could coach Margot if she won't listen to you.
Who? Agatha Rutherford. The only thing she could coach Margot in is the art of embarrassing her family.
Oh, well, I best be going, ladies. It was lovely seeing you all. Oh, the same to you, and good luck with Margot.
She'll surely need it.
Margot? Mother? Do you know what I just heard from the ladies in town? I just heard that you refused a proposal from one Oliver Hastings. Yesterday. Do you know how embarrassing that is, Margot? To have to learn something like that from the gossips in town, because your own daughter won't tell you herself. If you hadn't told me about it, Margot, perhaps your father and I could have helped you and told Oliver not to do it. But instead, you go at it alone, make a scene of it, and immediately become prime gossip for the entire town. What, is that all you care about here? Not me, just what everyone thinks of you? That's not true. I'm just saying that perhaps you should consider your family when making decisions. So that you can't make decisions for me anymore, Mother! You're still young, darling. Young people don't always think about others when they make decisions. Yeah, well, you only think about others, about who others might talk about you, about who others might judge you. Darling. No, see, you're doing it right now. You're trying to quiet me down so that the people around here don't gossip about you. Margot, please. No, if you want me quiet so bad, I'll just leave you alone so you don't have to be seen with your wayward daughter. I'll go call on someone who's not embarrassed by me. I've been meaning to visit Aggie's Aunt Clarabel for some time now. No, Margot. Good day, Mother. That's hardly a surprise.
Well, thank you, Aunt Clarabel.
Yes. Miss Margot Caldwell has arrived. Yes, yes. Miss Margot, lovely to see you, dear. Come in, come in. And Clarabel, how do you do? Oh, wonderful. I'm just gathering some things for my George and his new bride. Oh, you two keep yourselves occupied. I'll be right back.
I don't bite, you know.
I know.
Okay, it's just checking because you haven't moved in like 30 seconds. So I wasn't sure if this was some sort of camouflage technique. Nothing? No. You have terrible jokes, George. How does your fiance stand you? I don't think badly of you, you know.
That makes you the first.
Can I ask you a question? Did you really not know?
Know what?
Come on now, Margot.
kept going on about some girl, but I never imagined he meant me.
You didn't think to ask?
Well, I figured if he wanted me to know, he would have told me.
Well, he told you, all right.
Yeah, I didn't expect that.
Oh, Margot, I think you were the only one that didn't know.
So why didn't anybody tell me?
All right, now, George, this is for you. This is for your parents, and this is for Lily. But you have to give it to them between about high noon and 3 o'clock, so you best hurry.
Okay.
Give my best to your Lily, won't you? And to your family.
Of course, Aunt Clarabel.
Oh, Miss Margot, I'm so glad you finally decided to come for tea. It's a shame my Aggie isn't with you.
Yeah, it's a shame.
George was telling me, though, that you two are in a bit of a row anyway. Something about boy trouble?
Well, it's not exactly the boy that's the problem.
What is the problem, then? Oh, please. Even if you did spill all your secrets, do you really think that anyone in this town would actually believe me?
Well, I was proposed to. But I'm not sure that I want to marry him.
So, don't marry him.
No, it's not that simple. Well, I'm not sure I want to marry anybody. Ever. And it's not that marriage doesn't interest me per se, it's just that, well, love doesn't.
So, don't marry anyone.
No, you wouldn't understand.
So explain it. I have a feeling you've been holding this in for quite some time, Margot. And doing so doesn't seem to have done you any good at all. I'm waiting.
Well, at this point, I've got nothing left to lose. Ollie is everything I should be looking for in a husband. He's perfect for me, he's perfect for my family, he's financially stable, he's above average looking, which Aggie will not let me forget. I've known him since we were children, and if I'm being honest, he's one of my favorite people in the entire world. This should be an easy yes. For anybody else, this would be an easy yes. But I'm not attracted to him. At all. I don't want to court him, I don't want to kiss him, and I definitely don't want him to take me to bed. And I can't imagine ever wanting that. With him or with anyone else. And I still can't figure out how to duet with boys. I always thought I was just a late bloomer, but look at me, I'm old enough to have a marriage proposal on the table. If I was going to bloom, if I was going to somehow learn how to duet, it would have already happened. I wish I were attracted to him, I wish I was, but I can't make myself do that. So it looks like all of this, just feeling this way forever, is just the way it's going to have to be.
But you don't want to marry him.
I don't think so. No.
Why does it feel like you've convinced yourself to anyway?
Well, because everyone expects me to.
So what?
So what? So everything. My family's reputation is so important to my mother. She's already mortified about what the townspeople are saying. Imagine if I had the audacity to turn down Ollie's proposal. My father, my parents wanted children so badly, but despite all their prayers and their tears, I was all they got. Not a son to help my father with the land, just a single, measly daughter. The least she could do would be to take a good husband when he is handed to her on a silver platter.
You are under no obligation to do what your family wants.
No obligation? I am under every obligation. We can't all be like you, Aunt Clarabel.
Like me, how?
Oh no, I just mean to say that, look, I know that you're not stupid. You have to know what the townspeople say about you.
What, that I'm absolutely out of my mind? Why, yes, I'm aware. They whisper quite a bit louder than they realize, I think.
Why do you live like this?
Because this makes me happy.
Living as an outcast makes you happy?
I'm beholden to no one's opinions but my own. I don't have to care about what others think. If everyone knew how liberating that felt, I should think even the town gossips would be living this way too.
The prospect of saying no doesn't make me feel liberated. It makes me feel guilty.
That does tend to happen a bit at first.
Well, does it ever go away?
I can't answer that for you, Margot. What I can say is that at the end of the day, you are not your parents. You are not Miss Oliver. You are not my Aggie. You are the one living your life, so you must live it for no one but yourself. You must make decisions for no one but yourself.
My decisions impact other people. I don't live in a vacuum.
No, and that you care so much about how your actions impact others, that's commendable. But is a lifetime of misery really worth the bit of shame you're sparing your mother?
It's the worst part, I think. Being married to Ollie wouldn't be the worst thing in the world. There are much worse lives to lead than the one by his side. But despite that, and despite everything, I can't make myself want to marry him. And I feel guilty that I'm not in love with him, and selfish and cowardly that I can't make the same sacrifice that so many women before me have made. To marry a man they're not in love with. And it's shameful.
There's no shame in feeling, Margot. Sometimes that feeling is guilt. Sometimes it's selfishness, and sometimes it's love, and sometimes it's that you're not in love. And we can't always control how we feel, and that's okay. Feeling is what makes us human.
I thought love is what makes us human.
Love is a feeling.
How am I human if I can't love?
Margot, you are full of so much love. Love for your parents, love for my Aggie, love for this Oliver. Romantic love is not the only kind of love there is.
Maybe so. But it seems to be the only kind people think matters.
Well, if that's the case, I'd like to see how everyone would react if all the people they platonically love were suddenly taken away from them. I wonder what they'd think of that. Look at me, do you see a woman unhappy? Or do you see a heart full of elation? Look around, do you see this house town? Or a castle built on a gold foundation? I don't know what you've been through or who you are, but I know that you've made it this far. So be proud of yourself, Margot, that you're seeing this one through. Be proud of yourself, Margot, my dear. You've done more than they could ever do to you. Look around at this haven I've built. The jack of all trades is a master, and you can't lose if you don't compete with anyone. As far as I'm concerned, I can't be outdone. I don't know what your next move should be, but I know that there's room in this world for you and me. So be proud of yourself, Margot, that you've seen this one through. Be proud of yourself, Margot, my dear. You've done more than they could ever do to you.
Thank you for meeting. I know the last time we talked things didn't go too well, but I've had some time to think and talk it out. So I'd like to try again. I think the reason I can't duet with Ollie or well with any boy, well, it's just, if I asked you to speak French to me right now, could you? No.
Why not?
Because I don't speak French.
Exactly. Romantic duets are like French to me, and just because I already know one language, English, and that language uses the same alphabet as French, that doesn't mean my knowledge of English can just transfer over to French on the spot. Platonic duets are like English to me, and romantic ones are like French.
Okay, but you can learn how to speak French if you really wanted to.
Well, that's where it's a little different. My brain just can't seem to pick up French.
Why can't you just try harder?
I have tried, Aggie, but I can't seem to make my head or my heart, but whatever it is that decides on love, I can't make it do something that it won't. So I think maybe these duets are something I shouldn't try and make myself do anymore.
Why not? Romantic duets are so much better than platonic ones.
What, they're just automatically better by virtue of being romantic? That's not how things work, Aggie. You don't need romantic relationships for fulfillment.
How?
What do you mean, how?
Who you live with, who you talk to, you'll be so lonely.
I won't be lonely if you and our other friends don't leave me alone, Aggie.
You won't be married.
Married people can still talk to their unmarried friends.
But what about my husband?
What about him? You don't have to spend every waking moment by his side, you know. You do know that, right? Just because you're married doesn't mean you have to leave me in the dust.
But my husband will be my husband.
That doesn't give you an excuse to just leave. You know what? I see where your loyalties lie. Just don't say I didn't try.
I just don't understand. Why don't you want to be happy?
I do want to be happy, Aggie. That's what I've been trying to tell you. But you seem to be incapable of understanding that other people's happiness just might look different than your own.
What is that supposed to mean?
It means we can't all be like you, Aggie, throwing yourself at every person who will look your way.
At least I'll find a husband that way. So when I'm happily married and you're single and lonely, don't come right back to me.
You were not listening to me, but you know what? Why would you? Why would you ever consider anyone's feelings other than your own?
I'm not doing this anymore.
Even my best friend won't look me in the eye. All that my mother says is I just make her cry. Is there no pity for the broken girl? How far the meek have fallen from the world. I run and hide when the going gets tough, but I don't know why I'm not enough. It's hard to say everything's okay when no one can understand that you were born this way. The days are long and the nights are cold, but I don't want someone to hold. It's hard to say
Okay, I'm sick of watching you mope. What's wrong?
Don't act like you don't know.
Have you tried putting yourself in her shoes?
Yeah, she's being foolish.
No, that's what you think. Can you imagine how she feels right now? You're mad at her, her parents are mad at her, she's afraid of what Ollie thinks of her, and the entire town will stop talking about her. Seriously, I want you to answer. How do you think she feels right now?
She told me. She said she doesn't feel in control of how she feels.
And yet everybody seems to think that the way she feels is wrong, and they're mad at her because of it. But she can't control it. Can you imagine what that feels like? Listen, Aggie, everybody experiences love differently. And some people experience love in a way that may seem weird to people, or wrong, or taboo.
Okay, but that's easy for you to say. Your love life is perfect.
Perfect, really?
Yeah, you're getting married. You checked off all the boxes.
It may seem that way now, but I can promise you that it was not always that way. Seriously, I was courting Lily for a long time before I felt like I really loved her. It was not love at first sight. Our first duet, well, I've never told anyone this, but our first duet was a train wreck.
What? No, I don't believe you.
Believe it, sis. It was like we're singing two entirely different songs. We got there eventually. I just had to catch up. And now we're as happy as could be.
Well, do you think it'll be like that for Margot and Ollie?
They've known each other for their entire lives. If Margot was going to get there, I think she would have already.
But he's perfect for her.
Maybe so, but whether or not you love someone or can duet with them, that's not a choice you get to make. No one gets to, not really. Not for someone else, and definitely not for yourself. And that includes you too, Aggie.
What are you talking about?
Aggie, why is it that you spend so much time obsessing over boys?
Because I'm a girl. What kind of question is that?
But why do you spend so much more time obsessing over boys than other girls your age?
So now you're going to lecture me on
No,
proper behavior
I'm
too?
not going to lecture you. I just want to make sure I understand this correctly. Because I don't think you are any more into boys than other girls your age.
Well, what is that supposed to mean?
I think you're overcompensating.
For what?
Aggie, yesterday you spent a half hour talking about Katherine Johnson's appearance.
She had a pretty dress.
Most of that time was spent talking about her eyes.
So?
And you said you talked about it with Margot.
What is your point, George?
My point is, that it's not just Margot who loves in a way that other people might think is wrong.
I still like boys, though.
I know, but you like girls in that way too, don't you?
I thought if I spent more time ogling over boys, that no one would notice, or that it would just go away.
Aggie, I know you better than that.
Of course you do. I want everything to be perfect. I never realized how complicated it could all get.
No one ever does. You should talk to Margot.
Yeah, it's just hard for me to wrap my mind around.
Fair enough. It took me a long time for how you figure out after all.
I just feel so bad it took me so long.
You don't. It's not atypical.
That's it.
What?
That's it! Thank you, thank you. I love you, thank you.
I love you too.
You always cared far too much about what the town gossip thinks.
Well, it's hard not to.
Look, I may not always understand Margot, but even when I don't, I've learned to just let her be. She is who she is. And if the townspeople don't like it, then the townspeople don't like it. But after all that time, trying to have children, and then finally having one, how could I not be proud of who she is? We're lucky enough just to have her.
I'll try to do better with her.
Margot, I've been looking for you everywhere.
Don't bother, Aggie.
Margot, please. Okay, I think I finally understand now. Will you please just hear me out? Okay. Okay, remember in lessons when we learned all those prefixes and suffixes?
I failed to see the relevance of this.
Margot, I listened to you. Will you please just listen to me? Okay. Remember in lessons when we learned all those prefixes and suffixes and I got really carried away trying to figure out what the longest word possible could be?
Anti-disestablishmentarianism?
Yeah. Okay, so I was talking with George about everything and he said this word, atypical, and it brought me back to that lesson. The first prefix we learned was A, atypical, not typical, asocial, not social, and then suddenly it just all made sense.
I'm not sure I'm following.
Asexual, not sexual. Aromantic, not romantic.
I don't think those are real words.
Oh, maybe not yet, but isn't that what you've been trying to explain to everyone? That you just don't feel that attraction?
Yeah. You're right, actually.
Really?
Yeah. Might be nice to put a name to it. I'm asexual. I'm aromantic.
You can duet with me, Margot. Who says it has to be romantic? Who has time for all of these pedantics? Oh, thank you, Aggie. You can duet with me too. Will be the greatest thing these people have ever seen. How could we not be? It's you and me. Do you think that bisexual people can exist too?
What, like people attracted to men and women?
Yeah. Yes, that. Yes.
Well, I don't see why not. Why?
Just a thought.
Well, if you ever want to think about it again, let me know.
Thank you. I'm sorry.
You're forgiven, as you always will be.
I definitely want to talk about us more later, but right now I think there's a boy you need to go talk to, and I promise I won't show up this time.
Really?
Okay, fine. I can promise no such thing. But I do promise to wait until after you're done to show up.
Well, I'll take what I can get.
All right, now get going, Missy. I'm already itching to hear all the details.
Thank you.
Good luck.
Margot,
Ollie,
you wanted to talk about...
yes. Can we sit down? This is so hard and not ever what I wanted to have to do, but I've had a lot of time to think. I need to start living for nobody but myself. And that means having to tell you no. I'm so sorry, Ollie, but I can't accept your proposal.
Yeah, I kind of figured. No one waits 3 days to respond to a proposal if they're going to say yes.
But more importantly, I wanted to tell you why.
Margot, you
No,
don't have to...
no, please. I do. Okay. I can't duet with anyone, and it's not your fault. There's nothing wrong with you, and... Well, there's nothing wrong with me either, but it's... Aggie seems to think I'm somehow asexual or aromantic or... I don't know, unable to feel any sort of attraction other than just friendship, and I think she's right. I just don't feel the same way about people as everyone seems to, so I can't sing romantic duets. Aggie thought I could just fake it or something, but I can't do that, and even if I could, well, it's not fair to either of us. I don't want you to spend your life hoping that I'll change. I can't spend mine feeling guilty that I can't. So here we are.
Here we are. Indeed.
Well, do you have any questions?
I'm sure I'll have about 1,000 tomorrow, but for right now, I'm just sort of digesting.
But you believe me?
Of course I believe you. Why wouldn't I?
Well, I don't know. It seems like the thing that's sort of hard for people to understand. Everyone around here just seems to think that man loves woman and woman loves man, and that's the only way it is, the only way it can be.
It's a bit hard to wrap my head around, I'll admit, but now that you mention it, looking back at it in retrospect, it actually makes a whole lot of sense. I can understand you better, and I almost wonder why now I thought you'd ever say yes.
But you don't hate me?
I could never hate you, Margot. You are who you are. It's not like you're a different person than you were a week ago.
Thank you. But how do you feel?
I'm okay.
No, how do you really feel?
Margot, I'm fine.
Ollie, I already know I hurt your feelings. There's no use lying to spare mine.
I'm not.
Ollie Hastings, for once in your life, stop being so nice. Be honest, be angry, be upset. Holding it all in doesn't help anything. Trust me, I know.
I don't want you to hate me, though.
Ollie, I could never hate you. There's no shame in feeling.
Okay.
So how do you feel?
I feel kind of like dirt. I'm embarrassed. I'm heartbroken. I'm frustrated.
I'm sorry I made you feel that way.
Don't be. This isn't all on you, Margot. I shouldn't have blindly trusted Aggie to tell me what to do. It's not that she's not trustworthy. It's just that
she tends to jump the gun.
Yeah. And I let her push me into proposing to you because she was telling me the things that I wanted to hear, and I just ate it up, you know? I should have been listening to you, or at least paying more attention to you, or something, so we could have avoided all of this pain. And I wasn't. So I'm sorry.
I'm sorry I couldn't be the person you wanted me to be.
Margot, who you are is exactly who I want you to be. I wouldn't want you to change just for my sake. And what happened to living life for yourself, huh? Because if my ears don't deceive me, that wasn't it.
I just want you to be happy.
And I just want you to be happy. What a conundrum we're in then, Ms. Margot.
Yes, indeed.
I want you to know, though, all of this may take some time to get over. But in spite of all of this feeling like dirt, you matter a lot to me. And having you in my life, in whatever way you want that to be, is more important than anything. So just know that the door is still open.
You're not going to make it weird, though, are you?
Weird? Why would I make it weird?
Ollie, you remember we were 14 and you had a crush on Mary Price? You couldn't even speak a full sentence around her.
It wasn't that bad.
Oh, it was. But don't worry, I'm sure Aggie would be more than happy to wing woman for you.
No, please, God, no. I know she means well, but no.
Probably a good call.
Well, we're good, right?
Yeah. We're good.
They can whisper, they can stare, tell my
head out. There's just a couple more things we need to get through. We worked really hard on this show for about 3 months, and it wouldn't have been as amazing as it was for all of you without 6 very important people who put a lot of time and effort into this. So if I could get Kayla, Sarah, Aaron, Clayton, Mackenzie, and Dakota to step up, please. I'd like to give them one more round of applause for all their hard work. And to thank them for everything that they've done, we want to present them with some gifts. There should be more coming. A small snack, but it'll get there.
What would you like us to do?
Hand them out. That's it for us. Thanks for coming. Thank you.
I want you to touch that the whole act.
Thank you. Thank you for seeing me 3 times. Oh, what are we doing? No.
Take a picture.
Oh, God.
Take a picture.
It's normal. I know I'm like a normal person.
Your tea.
Are you ready?
Drop the tears.
Spilling tea.
Oh, girl.
Always spilling tea. Okay, look at center camera.
All right, 1, 2, 3.
Now look to our right. And now back to center.
Thanks, Ellen.
There we go.
Don't step on the mic. Don't step on the mic.
How do you make it stop?